Hello everyone, welcome back to your own channel of Explore Body, Mind and Soul. I'm Sonia. You must have heard about narrating a story. Yes, and you must be narrating a story. What does that mean? You are telling someone's words to someone, but there are two ways of telling. Either it can be through direct speech or through indirect speech. When you are narrating a story, if I say that Raja Akbar said, I am a king, so that means that has to be narrated inside the quotation marks. What does that mean? Quotation marks, inverted commas, these are your quotation marks. The whatever words will be quoted inside these quotation marks will be considered as your direct speech. Whereas if I say that Raja Akbar said that he was a king, that Tanishka said that she was studying, I have changed few words here and there, like I have changed it into past. So these modifications have been made by me, and so I can't quote them in the quotation marks. What are the terms which we should be familiar with or acquainted with while dealing with this topic? I'll be using this term frequently, that is reporting verb, and second frequently used term throughout my session will be reported speech. So anything enclosed in the quotation marks will be a reported speech. Be careful. If you won't be knowing the meaning of reported speech, you won't understand what I am teaching. And if I say Tanishka here is a subject and Yuvika here is an object. What do you mean by subject and object here specifically? When we are dealing with direct and indirect speech, subject here means speaker and object here means the person to whom the speaker is speaking. And what is reporting verb? Reporting verb is the word or the verb which is conveying the message. Here we have used said, it can be told, it can be agree, it can be suggest, anything. Now, this is the most important flowchart which you need to click a screenshot of, because you have to remember these following steps so that you don't commit any blunder while converting a speech from direct into indirect. Now, let's begin with identifying the reporting verb, omitting the quotation marks and the comma. These two steps are mandatory. Third step, change the person of the pronouns. Usually this step is also there whenever pronoun is there in the speech. And backshift. Backshift is the term we'll be using for changing the tense and changing the expressions of time and place, if any. So this is your absolutely an optional subject. But if it is there, you can't skip it. Now, our first step, as I told, removing the quotation marks. So as you can see in this example, we have already removed the quotation marks, and removing the comma, we have already removed the comma in our indirect speech. Now, what does this rule say? That tense of the reporting speech changes only and only if your reported verb is in the past. So will the reporting speech or reported speech change here? Our reported verb here is present. Aditi says to me, can you explain? Yes. What will be your reply? Aditi says, if says is in the present tense, I will not change the tense of the reported speech and it will remain Aditi asks me if I can explain. Now, our next example is that Aditi said to me, can you explain? The indirect speech will be Aditi asked me if I could explain. Yes, here you can see the change of the tense from can to could. Why? Who'll answer? Yes, because of the past tense of the reported verb. So you saw how important is the reported verb. If you would have ignored the reported verb, would you have been able to change the tense? No, you would have made a mistake. So this is the common mistake which we do when we are in hurry. We just see the reported speech, we don't check the tense of the reported verb. Second thing to be noted is that although the tense of the speech always changes according to the reported verb, but the reported verb itself never changes. It remains the same. Suppose it is present, it will remain present in all cases. If it is past, it remains past in all the cases. If it is future, it remains future in all the cases. So there is no change, no alteration. Now, a third step, change of pronoun. Although every step is very important, but this is a bit tricky one. So you need to be careful in understanding this acronym which I have made for you people, which is going to make your task a bit easier. Sun, S means subject, O means object, and N means no change. In other slide, I have written the full forms, so no need to note down. S means subject. Subject from where you'll have to check the subject of reporting verb. So subject of reporting verb here is she. And first person. If in reported verb, speech we see the first person, it is going to change according to the subject of the reporting verb. That means I am playing will change into she was playing. Why? Because this changes according to the subject, and subject here is she. She said that she was playing. What's your second person? You. How will this change? This will change according to the object. Object here is me, that is the first person. So this you is going to change into I depending on the person. Now next is your third person. If we say she or he is playing, how is it going to change? There is no change when there is a third person. In case of third person, there is going to be no change. So he remains he. Now let's see the same thing in detail in our next slide. What do you mean by first person? Wherever you will see I, we, us, our, this is going to change according to the subject. Second person, you, yours will change according to the object. And third person, he, she, they is going to change. No, there's not going to be any change. Yes. So please click a picture or a snapshot of this particular slide as well. There are two slides of which you need a snapshot. Now, fourth step was back shifting the tense, or you can say changing the tense. Now, what do you mean by that? Whenever you'll see the reported speech in present, it's going to change into past. So the forms, present continuous, present perfect, in their own forms they are going to change. The only thing is present is going to change into the past. Similarly, if there'll be past, simple past of course will change into past perfect, and all the perfect forms, past will always change into its perfect forms, but if it is already in the perfect form, there won't be any change. This we'll understand with the help of examples. And in future tense, we'll change will or shall into would, simple present into simple past. Now, we're going to see few examples of what we have seen in our last slide. How simple present changes into simple past. She said, I can swim. She said that she could swim. So, can here changes into could. But here's an exception that whenever you see any statement, proverb, universal truth, habit, in such cases, the tense of the speech won't change. For example, she said there are 8 planets. It will remain that there are 8 planets. There won't be any change if I say honesty is the best policy. We can't say honesty was the best policy. It will remain the same. That she said that honesty is a best policy. Next, present continuous into past continuous. She said, I am swimming now. She said that she was swimming then. So here, am changes into was. Present perfect changes into past perfect. I have swum. I had swum. Simple past changes into past perfect. I have swum. Sorry, I swam. I had swum. But when it's already in past perfect, there won't be any change in the tense. She said, I had swum. She said, she had swum. No change. Past continuous changes into past perfect continuous. So wherever you see past will always change into past perfect. She said she was swimming. She said that she had been swimming. Will and shall changes into would. Let's see how she said I shall swim. She said that she would swim. She said I will swim. She said she would swim. So shall changes into would, will changes into would. Now, last step, that is we have to always replace the words related to time and place or time expressions into what? Let's see this flow chart. Suppose if it is given now or just it changes into then. You have to remember for few words you have alternatives, like if it is given tomorrow. I shall do this work tomorrow. So you can replace the word tomorrow either with I shall do this work the next day. Even that is correct. And if you write we shall do the work the following day, that is also correct. So we have two alternatives. And wherever you see the word last, last night, last week, last day, it can be replaced either with previous or the night before, the day before, the week before, the month before. Yesterday changes into the previous day or the day before. So please be careful. There are few alternatives as well. Now let's understand with the help of few examples. If I say she's swimming now, in indirect speech, I'll say she said that she was swimming then. Direct speech says she said this is a good picture. Indirect speech says she said that was a good picture, even though the conjunction that is getting repeated. But no problem, we have to replace the expression of time with that. We will learn about the conversion of direct and indirect speech in various types of sentences like imperative, interrogative, assertive sentences in our upcoming video. So stay connected. Till the time, keep smiling, keep exploring, keep sharing. And in case you have any doubts or any queries, feel free to share your doubts and queries on our Facebook group, the link of which has been shared with you in the description box. You can comment in the comment section below. I'm there to assist you. Thank you so much for your valuable time.